So, this video is going on both the official elected official and Mr. J. Now, the official elected official channel knows what the heck is up, what we've been doing, and why every time Senator Rice puts his foot forward when it comes to decriminalization and, changing these policies, we'll be here to back him up. Last 5 years, this has been the journey, ending the drug war. It's a very tedious and aggravating fight, but one definitely worth taking up. Senator Rice, when we initially met him, which was at a cannabis conference in Jersey City, he was just strong on the no side. I mean, and you can go back to the channel and see all of the different videos that have been done circling around our relationship with Senator Rice, because being a homegrown kid, I was here for your entire reign. I've seen what this drug war has done. This needs to stop. And so it's been fantastic watching him slowly but surely come to certain realizations. And now he is firmly on the decriminalization side. And he wrote an op-ed for NJ.com. So we're going to get into it. Let's go. Senator Rice's 4th of July message. Let's decriminalize marijuana now. By the columnist Ronald L. Rice, state senator, I've known of him and for my entire life, basically. And to watch what happened to communities such as the one I grew up in and the one surrounding it, which is his district, has been heartbreaking. And as I take that conversation to him, as we've taken that conversation to him, if you go to the official elected official, you'll see that from the Raritan College video to a message for Senator Rice, no end has been, as far as we're concerned, this right here is just the fruit of all this labor. So let's get into it. It never fails. The 4th of July could make me cry. After a day of joking and laughing with family and friends, there comes a time during the fireworks when all kinds of emotions arise in my chest. They spring from a place of tenderness for this country, a deep connection to its past, and desperate hopes for its future. With each boom and cascading sparkle, I'm reminded of our worst and our best. The explosions link me to America's more painful parts, our wars and battles, our sacrifices, our mistakes and tragedies as a nation. And as they burst into impossible formations of brilliant, vibrant color, my heart soars with our undying goodness, our success, and our potential. A lot of those emotions sprout up through layers of sediment laid down through my childhood history, my military service in Vietnam, and my years as a public servant. They also rise through a layer of race. As a black man, Independence Day is experienced through the acute awareness that so many people of color still do not know the full spectrum of freedom promised to all of us. And here he's doing it. You hear so many people of color. No, boss. See, that's the thing. That's how they manipulate us, through the language. I told you, this is how they got gender popping, because of just put it in on forms, and people will just accept the science as science. And that's one of the things. That's how they play with our language. This is some straight 84 stuff, right? But ultimately, he is correct. He is correct. It really is a interesting place to be at, but I can't speak. But I guess this is where we differ. And I'm going to get back into his article in a second. But where me and the senator differ is that I can't speak to that other quote unquote person of color's experience, and they can't speak to mine. Our experiences are not the same. And this isn't just between, the blacks and the whites and the browns and the yellows and the reds. No. We're not talking about the Crayola crew. We're talking about just as human beings. Our experiences are going to vary no matter what. And ultimately, we show what we're willing to show. So no matter what I see of anyone's struggle or anyone's fight, it's just what they're telling me. It's not particularly the full story of anything. Just remember that. So when it comes to this people of color stuff and, my blackness and all this other stuff, it's like, bruh, what's in your blood? What's in your veins? That should be the more important thing. What struggle is within those veins, and rock with that. And I don't see anything wrong with that. This year, I see the fireworks through the filter of the marijuana decriminalization legislation I've been fighting for. It is legislation that will help correct New Jersey's record for the worst adult and youth incarceration racial disparities in the nation. It will restore social justice and favorably impact black and brown people, and all those who have gotten entangled in unfair drug arrests, convictions, and incarcerations. It also will save our state the $140 million we spend each year on unnecessary court and incarceration costs. All true points. All true points. But what he fails to bring up is the history of the drug laws themselves and how they've been placed here in order to dismantle the descendant family unit. One of the things back in the 50s and 40s, at least from my observations, was how strong the descendant family unit was. And over the past few generations, it's been assaulted and broken, and it's a terrible thing to say. This past month saw the recreational marijuana legalization rightly taken off of the legislative table to await a statewide vote in November 2020. Let's get it, baby. I'm excited. Woo! This past week saw the governor sign the Jake Honing Compassion Use Medical Cannabis Act to cement New Jersey's merciful, humane commitment to the sick and suffering. It is events like those that make me proud to be a legislator. But we're not there yet. The work continues. We must decriminalize small quantity marijuana possession and use. We got to start scaling all of this back. All of it. The entire drug war. Particularly now when you sit here and factor in how the role that opioids and prescription pills play. Today, moving forward from Independence Day, I ask our state leadership and residents alike to reset our sights towards real freedom for all. It's time for the governor, my fellow legislators, and civil rights and faith leaders throughout New Jersey to drop past arguments, to step away from stances based on hope that legalization could be forced through the pipeline with marketing ploys aimed at different segments of our population. This is where I think we really come into a line with this, because when it comes to the legislators and it comes to the Scutaris, where they're sitting there saying, oh yeah, well we want to do this for social justice and all. Come on, champ. Nah, you are like Colorado really set the ball rolling, because you have all these different companies, corporations, and just big business rocking it now. And so they see that, hey, there's all these untapped markets, there's all these different places we can go with it, so let's just rock. And I love that. I love industry growth without question, but it cannot come at the expense of the people, of the natives, of the people that live here. Someone once said, one was sitting there saying, how, what if you were a Native American? I am a Native American. I was born here. Like, I kinda am. Oh man. Some residents were promised that cost savings from legalization would allow the state to lower their property taxes. Some residents were promised that legalization would correct the social injustice crippling their communities. Well, here's the good news. Both promises can be kept with decriminalization. And here's the better news. It can be done immediately if we work together to fast track it into law. Go get them, sir. Go. This is a natural turnaround, because there's a lot of frustration in my older videos, which is why I'm putting this on the official elected official video, channel. But go get them. Yes. ASAP, as soon as possible. Break this. Decriminalization would reduce the charges of all those awaiting trial and those who would be arrested today. It would bring freedom to those unjustly incarcerated right now. It would liberate people from the yoke of unfair criminal records that prevent jobs, housing, basic security, and well-being. And we can release around $140 million from the criminal justice system to be put to much better use in every part of our state. And for the pensions, we got a couple, man. Like, if I were governor right now, every single cent I could scrap, every useless job and position would be gone. I'm talking about lean. Oh man, it would look like freaking, I don't know, DJ Quails. I know you don't know who that is, but he's super skinny. It's time for our governor, the Senate president, and the Assembly Speaker to lend their support to the groundswell evidenced last week by Black and Latino legislators, community and faith leaders, and civil rights activists who stood in solidarity in the State House to demand decriminalization legislation be enacted immediately. There is no legitimate reason to delay. Bang. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Go get him. Go get him to some. My dude. We can make this impact and put our state at the vanguard of social justice and Jesus Christ, okay, social justice. Because see, you're doing the same thing. Not social justice, it's just justice. Okay? Like, deal is just justice. The social justice thing is dead. You put those words together and you're gonna, when you go to speak to certain people, you're just gonna run across deaf ears. Because that label, like with Antifa and just how insane the left has been over the past 3 years, I mean, it's an automatic turnoff. We can infuse our independence with a deeper level of freedom grounded in real justice for all. We can give the 4th of July even greater meaning and let our fireworks reflect our impossible formations of brilliance and make us one vibrant, colorful nation. This 4th, let's go forth together. Oh, man, what staffer wrote this? Who on staff wrote this one up? Okay, Senator Rice, I love you, and the fact that you're taking this stance is fantastic. But let's be real, this has speech. This has, like, writer's room all over it, man. Ronald L. Rice has represented the 28th Legislative District in the New Jersey State Senate since 1986, and I love the guy. I really do. Even though he's like, when I start to dig in on him, particularly in person, he quick to turn his back on me. He quick to see the first incoming white person and okay, oh hey you, and just like float off. But it's been working. It's been working, guys. Okay, this is the problem, is that it's so long and it's so tedious, but it really does feel good to see Senator Rice step up in such means, and I cannot deny him this. I can't. I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm not going to be one of those that sit there and say, oh my goodness, you're doing this thing that I don't like. You're doing this thing that I don't like. And then when the person goes to rectify it, be like, oh, well, this. No. You're going to rectify it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because this has destroyed our communities. I mean, Senator Rice, brother, I know you come through. I know you see it. We all see it. And you got people that want to sit there and talk about symbolism. Oh, well, we need Disney to make a black mermaid because we need those symbols. Well, what has your symbolism got us? Nothing. So screw the symbols. Let's do substantive change. Let's really get this done. So with that being said, thank you so much for putting up with me, all the internet things. Like it if you like it, or dislike it. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want videos every single day on topics that matter or things that are just interesting and I can make a little fun of. Share, because YouTube's definitely not going to do, and sharing is caring. And speak. Let me know, what do you think? If you have a good argument, because I've yet to meet anybody that can rock with the argument of maintaining this drug war. It's time to end it. Not, oh my goodness, well, we need to go get people rehab. You know what? That's a grown person that decided to do whatever the hell they decided to do, okay? I'm tired of, that. Before we go, there is this post of the chick from Precious and how she's losing weight and all this other stuff. But the thing that blows and she wants all this praise to be heaped upon her. The problem is that why you let yourself get that big in the first place, I'm not going to sit here and pat somebody on the back for doing something that they're supposed to do. Right? I mean, if you think I'm wrong, by all means, let me know in the comments. And until the next one.